Hello! So, everyone has hated this tutorial, so I'm still gonna do it because I enjoy it. But, I feel like it doesn't need to be taken as seriously now. So, yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with it, I think. So I'm gonna bring this up, this out, and I can also speed up a lot as well, which is also always a bonus, to be honest, because I try to do things a little bit slower, just because I know if someone's trying to follow it, then me speeding off ahead isn't going to be useful for them. So I try to be nice, I guess nice is probably the word. But yeah, less so now. If I don't need to be, I won't bother be. So yeah, you've broken me. How does that make you feel? I'm gonna bring this out for the chin, but no. In all seriousness, I don't mind. I recognise that not all things I do are going to be popular, and I would rather the things that do come out and work well go well, and the ones that don't, it's okay. Whoops. I'll bring this one up. Bam. And we have a chin! But I do want to bring this round. And I'm literally going to extend it out now just to make sure it covers the actual chin area. Go. I'm just going to extend it out to turn this off before that gets on my nerves. So clearly this not what we want, which means I'm going to need some divisions. I'm going to put another one in up here as well. These two should probably be combined. Merge vertices at center. No, probably not. I want this way out here, which means these two obviously also need to be way out. So you can sort of see where we're going at here. This is one of the simplest models really that you can do, and it isn't complicated for you to do. I think anyone watching this should be able to do most of this. Anime characters are, although they're not simple to do by any means, they aren't difficult. And I want to bring this up a bit because I don't want the chin to be completely solid, but I do actually want a bit of a point in it, so I'm going to bring... Is it this one? Yes, it is. I'm just bringing some of these in because I want this slight point here. And bring this one over. And this one. There we go, we have a little bit of a point now. It's slightly sharper at least. Bring these down like that. See, this is where I need to start adding in lines in order to make it match the topology. Bam, that one done. Bam, that one done. We're getting the bottom of the jaw here. Now, this bit will come around underneath the ear. I'm going to bring this back a bit. Bring this down underneath the ear. Ah, perfect. So the head obviously doesn't sit on the neck directly. So I want this piece to come down, and we'll add these in. do not need to be in any way precise here, but I do want this to begin to make a sort of curl. So I'm going to bring this over here, this over here, this over here. And the point of this one is that it's going to make a loop around the outside of the ear. But I don't want to create too much topology because I know I'm going to need to add to the topology. So knowing that I've got it like that, I can create 2 loops into there. And again, I'm remembering even numbers. Even numbers are your friend. And just sort of trying to get some different angles on this to have a look. And I think, yeah, it does begin to curve around here, but not as steeply as I've got it curling. Anime ears, not too big, but not too small. Definitely don't want it weird point out there. And bring some of these around a little more. Move that one back. Okay, this one I'm going to come this way. As this comes up, I wouldn't normally polymodel all of this, as I'm sure some of you who are aware know that I usually primarily sculpt. I'm doing polymodeling for the tutorial because it's a lot easier for someone who is new to wrap their head around and get used to. But yes, generally would not be doing polymodeling here. And this will go out to meet somewhere in the middle. Slide this down, slide this down, this along. Just try and keep it nice and even. Because obviously I haven't actually come up the head yet. So let's come down and bam. There we go. So we're getting sort of now where you can sort of see the shape and sort of size of the head that we're going for. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring these 2 up to the bottom of the lip. And I'm going to bring it out to the side here. Bring this out, connect that. And bring it down a little bit. This down a little bit. Cool. So, similar to what I've done with the ear, I need to have a loop that'll come out around the lip. It also needs to be somewhat clean because we're going to want to be able to animate it. It'll also not be this round. I'll put a lot of fixes into that as we go. Okay, down, down, down. These all need to come down a little. Cool. Yeah, so that almost looks like it curves around for the eye. It's not the eye. Cutting off the mouth. But this is fairly simple for the most part. We're kind of just copying the reference images in the back. I'm going to do more to the lips in a minute as we progress, but I'm keeping the lips really, really simple for now, because I want to be able to edit them as much as I can. Cool. This is obviously not working good here. Bring it around. That out, that out, that out. We'll do lots of tweaks as it goes on. Do you know what I mean where I didn't want to add too much topology here? Because I knew I had more to come. And with all this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these and make sure I have nothing selected on the back. I'm actually going to then smooth them. Slide these two down. Add in the 3 loop cuts here. Bam, 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 bam. And that is that whole mouth area sort of covered up. Not mouth area, but the whole bottom of the jaw part. The face is going to be a lot higher topology wise and a lot more of a densely packed mesh than the rest of the body, just because we have more detail on the face that we want to make use of. The jaw's looking a lot squarer at the moment than we want it to be, and that's fine. We will fix that. And I think that's mostly because of this area up here and this area here, so we want this all rounded off a lot more. And we've got stuff here going on, stuff here going on, and just the beauty of polymodeling is you can kind of just push stuff around and it'll work and it'll be fine. Pull those in more. I want to be able to get in the eyes because the eyes are going to make a huge difference to this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into a side view and start positioning where I actually sort of want this mouth to be, which is around about here. Fairly conveniently, that positioned quite simply. But obviously, as you can see, there are going to be lots of small adjustments we're going to need to do, because we don't want them to look like they got super gaunt cheeks. We do want them to look correct, because if you look at the image there, you can see that it actually does come out a little. So it's also there that the cheeks come out around the mouth, so we actually want these cheeks out a little. But we're going to need to bring the whole face up a lot more first, I feel. I think this one here is going to have to come up over the nose, like so. I think I'm going to need an extra cut in here. Nope. Dissolve that a second. So that should come up here. This should come up here. And I think the extra cut is needed there. So, bam. There we have that sort of nose spot there. Obviously I still need more tweaking. Because we don't want it to look like an animal's nose, so we do need to make sure that we get it tweaked to be just right. Okay, next up we want the top two pieces here. I'm going to bring them up to about mid-eye and then up a little bit further. Bring one out a little here. So it looks a bit odd, but that's fine for now. Something weird's going on with this one here, so I'm going to bring this out. I see, so we had a couple of pieces not very rounded off, and that's fine. Okay, so we're going to bring this piece up. And I'm going to bring this piece over this way, towards the eye. Yes, that is how the eye is going to begin. Like so. Perfect. So it comes up to there, comes up to there, perfect. It's actually relatively good. I was expecting much worse than that. Merge that at last and these. Merge these. I'm going to need an extra loop through here. Bring this round. Getting conscious of time, I think I should probably call this one soon. But we have got the head started, and you can start to see the head take shape. I think the actual one does need to come in a lot behind the ear. Almost actually, so that this part here entirely might need to come further this way. Or does it? Yes, it does, including this one comes in. Because when the ear's on, that'll be like this spot here, so the jaw should come up and round, which means I should have this part come in, like so. Not as strong as I had it, but yeah, and then the jaw will actually go up and round rather than straight at. Now there is a piece on the corner of the mouth here. That's very, very important. Don't forget that one, because we will eventually want to have it so that this piece, that piece, comes in, because that will make a lot of difference at the corner of the mouth. But if I select this piece here now, go to front view, extend it, scale it in a little, And then I can bring this down, this up, this up. This is not the finished mouth, obviously, but this is the beginning of our mouth. And yes, yes, you do want these to roughly meet up. Obviously, currently we also have no lips. I am actually going to make lips. I'm aware anime characters don't generally have much in terms of lips. I like lips, so we're having lips. But we aren't quite there yet. I don't really want to be adding any detail that we can't afford to be adding until we actually are able to. We'll have some mini anatomy lessons when this all occurs, so don't worry about that. I don't want this all tilting in as much. Perfect. We've got the hole here that if I wanted to add a nostril, I could do so by just bringing in this, scaling it, and then I need to position it slightly. And I can add nostrils. But for now, we are not going to have nostrils. And dissolve those. Will I add nostrils? Will I not add nostrils? That is a question for the future, and not for now. So, I'm going to call this one here. Thank you very much for watching. I know this isn't the most popular series, so there probably isn't anyone watching. But if anyone does hear this, chuck down in the comments, say something to me, because any encouragement for this series is worth it for me, because I don't get anything at all. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.